in a sense, a person should be acknowledging the power and existence of the sun and of the other aspects of creation every day. That, of course, would be somewhat gratuitous. We therefore acknowledge the sun as a fundamental aspect of the creation that we read about in the Torah. God did not create the universe only in the past, but when we read about the creation in the Torah, we read about the ultimate spiritual form of creation. In a sense, God fills all creation with his glory, and from God's perspective, creation is merely our perspective. We therefore use the Torah's description of creation as the very point where we will come back and acknowledge God for the sun being one of the more wondrous and impactful aspects of that creation. Because historically, the sun has always played a significant part in human spirituality, sometimes even misabused. Remember that in the Torah, the sun is not referred to as the sun, but as the great light that rules the day. Ha'ma'or ha'gadol memshalet hayom. It was Avraham and his generation that began to refer to the sun after people had started seeing the sun as some expression of divine power and had started worshipping the sun. It was in fact Avraham and his generation and his followers who began to refer to the sun as Shemesh, from the word shamash, meaning simply a servant of the divine. The sun is just an agency of creation. It is not its own autonomous power and cannot be used in that form in human spirituality. It is interesting because in the discussion over whether women should say the bracha, some halachic sources seem to think that because in Jeremiah a group of women are seen worshipping what they refer to as the Queen of Heaven, who they regard as the sun, some halachic authorities want to say that we're worried about whether women today are going to start worshipping the sun if we start making a blessing over the sun. That's wrong, I think. Especially if we look in the book of Ezekiel, and Ezekiel is brought right here to the Temple Mount at the end of the first temple to see the abominations that are happening in the temple. He's brought round to the eastern side and he sees a group of men who have their backs to the temple and are facing the rising sun as it's coming up right here over the Mount of Olives and are worshipping the sun. So in fact, we should be more worried about men worshipping the sun than we should be about women. At the end of the day, everybody should strive to partake in this amazingly unique and consciousness-bringing ritual that reminds us of the greatness of creation, our place within it, and that creation and us work together to reveal the divine.